Hey folks, Jason here from Westside Stores. So today we're going to go over backpacks and things that I put in my pack. It's deer season here right now. We're at the end of October, so the bucks are starting to do their thing. They're starting to do their ground scrapes and rubs. So the pack changes from animal to animal and throughout the season. But as it's deer season right now, I'm going to go through and show you what I've got in my pack and some of the essentials. So you're not going to want to miss this. Okay, so we're going to go over a couple things that I have in my pack here. This will be good for, beginner hunters that want a bit of an idea of what they should put in their pack, and maybe some of the experienced guys that maybe will see something and go, hey, that's kind of a good idea, right? So first off, I use an Eberlestock pack as my day-to-day bag here. This is the Gunrunner model, and like most Eberle packs, it is a gun scabbard in it, which is super nice. You throw it on your back, your rifle's accessible, really easy. You can grab it, pull it out if you want, and it's just hands-free when you're hiking or climbing any steep banks. You're free to do your thing. So with them, they're pretty simple. You pop the bottom strap right here, pull the scabbard part out, and then I've got my 7/08 here with me today. So this gun just drops straight in the scabbard, just like this. Goes down inside, just like that. And then, like I say, I can grab it, pull it out, no problem if I need to, right? So that's the main bag that I use on a day-to-day. I also have frame pack, of course. We get an animal down, if he's in a bad spot and I need to pack him out, then there'll be a frame pack I'll use for that. So it's deer season here right now. We're end of October, so the bucks are starting to move. They're starting to do ground scrapes, starting to rattle a bit and fight and establish dominance. So I got a set of whitetail antlers that I use for rattling. That'll go just on the top of the bag. You can also use some rattle bags like this. There's elastic around to keep them quiet, so you just take them off. They're super easy to use. Right? Just sounds like those deer kind of fighting and sparring with each other. I'll have a couple of different deer calls in here. They're set up for different tones, so when you open them up, you can set the reed to different spots, so there'll be two different buck tones there, as well as some doe calls. So on these cans, you just put your thumb on the bottom and just tip them over. So super easy to use. Two different cans, two different calls there. The other thing I'll have deer season is a drag. So this thing, I'll put scent on it. I'll put a rope from this and just clip it on, and it'll just drag on the ground behind me and leave scent on my way in and way out. So those deer will actually come along. You'll see them sometimes. They'll hit that scent and turn and come straight to you. So that scent can be pretty handy. Always in the bag, a first aid kit. So I've got a first aid kit in here. I've got a little one of those little solar blankets in here as well. In case you get lost, you don't want exposure, right? So first aid kits here, all the safety stuff in there. I've got a pair of gloves. So these guys aren't quite gloves, but they're custom made for me here. Good friends of ours built these. They're actually out of a wool sock, so they've cut them out for the thumb. Just keeps that cold off your hands, and yet your hands are still functional. I mean, these things are fantastic. I think you'll see Mr. Shockey probably wears something like this all the time. I do have rubber gloves in here. Touching on the safety aspect and the first aid things, lighter. So the lighter is, this thing is a survival tool out there. I've got one in the bag. I've got one in my pant pocket all the time. There's lighters all over the place. You don't want to get exposure. If you do get hurt or lost, you've got to be able to light a fire and build yourself a shelter. So that's a big ticket. Another big one is a light. A good headlight is very important. And a tip I'm going to give you just to look for is a lockout on it. So this particular light's got a lock on the back that I turn it off so that I cannot accidentally have the light come on when it's in my bag. We've all done it. You go to pull your light out and it's dead, and that's usually why, is the thing gets turned on in your bag. So turn the lockout off, and now my light's going to function. So there it is. So anyways, that's the light. The other thing I've got in here is warm weather. I've got a little bit of Ben's bug dope. We're still pretty warm today, so we're still getting a few bugs around and things like that. So as that weather gets colder, that can come out of the bag. Wind checker is very important. So on our hunt, especially the whitetail and these animals, we want that to be able to see which way the wind's moving. Also, some kind of a lens cleaner for your optics, for your binos, for your rifle scope. Needs some kind of a lens cleaner in there. The other thing I pack, I've got two different small exchangeable blade knives, plus the blades to go with them. So a couple of different options there. Super handy, really nice. They're always sharp when you need them, right? Just change the blade, you don't have to worry about that part. I've got a little bit of tape in here, so a little electrical tape. I mean, this actually saved my hide on a goat hunt. Got a little too close to the fire, stand there BSing with a good friend of mine, and ended up cooking the shank a little bit. I mean, it was a silly move, but I ended up taping it all back together and got me through the rest of the week, and definitely very important to have. The other thing I got in there on the top of the bag is some Fisherman's Friends. Again, scratchy throat, sore throat, a cough. That drives me nuts when we're trying to sit in a block, or you're trying to still hunt somewhere and try and call. So that's there to help with that. A couple other things in the bag. I've got a saw in here. So very important, a Gerber saw. When I do get an animal down, there's two blades in here. There's a wood blade, which is a big tooth, and then a bone blade, which is a finer tooth. So use that to split the brisket, split the pelvis, stuff like that on that smaller blade. I will have some good rope. So here's some 50 feet of paracord. So again, very important, have a little bit of rope in there. I do have one good big opening folder knife here, and it's got a gut hook on it, which that gut hook, you know, I was never a believer in gut hooks, and then I started using them and trying them, and man, I definitely have been converted on those. They make it so easy to split the skin, split the legs, you know, do what you need to do. That gut hook is pretty nice. One other thing I've got is a small hatchet. So this one, little Gerber hatchet, I mean, pretty nice. Keep them sharp, guys. Anything you need to do, any of your limbing, things like that. Not a lot of weight there, but very, very important, you know, taking branches out, things like that, or a little bit of firewood if you need. Two other things for technology-wise. I do pack a Garmin GPS in here. This has got the chips for British Columbia. So I can have all the maps. It'll tell me the management units. If I turn this on, I know the management unit I'm standing in when I'm hunting. So I know if I'm in the right spots or wrong spots. I mean, you should know that anyway, but this will help you because, you know, with us, it's high to land and things like that, and you can drop off a hill and not be too sure. It gets a little confusing sometimes, so that'll help you with that. And plus, of course, you can find your way back or to an animal or something like that. If you do get one, you can mark them on here, get back to them if you need to. One last thing I have in here, very important, is a spot tracker. So this is the Gen 2. They have a new one out now that's actually text compatible, so you can send texts out to family and friends and receive text messages through it. It's really cool. Like I say, this is a little older version that I have in my bag. This can really save your life. You know, there's a tab on here you pull off that you can set messages to your friends, and it will just send a message to your friends. So say, you know, you break your truck down or something, you need help, you can pull the tab off, hit that, and your friends will get a location as to where you're at, and they can come help you out. There's also another tab on here that if you pull that off and hit the button, that is full-on search and rescue, guys. That's helicopter, that's everything. They're coming to get you. So, you know, something so simple like this, I think it cost me about $190 a year for the subscription on this, and it could really save your life. If you pull that button once, it's worth it. So those are just a couple of things that are in my bag. You know, I hope that helps you out. You can check us out here at westsidestores.ca. You know, we've got all this stuff online. You can pick it up if you need it, and follow us at our YouTube channel, Westside Stores YouTube channel. So thanks for watching.